For writing opportunity number 4, I wrote a teacher quality grant entitled Improving Secondary Writing Instruction Through Technology Integration Strategies. Georgia's Improving Teacher Quality State Grants program supports the professional development of educators in language arts and reading, mathematics and science, or social studies. The goal of the Improving Teacher Quality program is to deepen educators' content knowledge in the core academic content areas with an emphasis on how enhanced content knowledge impacts teaching practices and student learning. Specifically, Improving Teacher Quality assists educators in becoming current in the content they teach, using innovative instructional strategies to teach their subject areas, and developing the background necessary to incorporate technology in the courses they teach. Projects must serve at least 12 educators from elementary, middle, or high schools in Georgia, and at least 50% of the participants must be from a high-need local education agency. So on this map here, the counties that are highlighted in yellow are the 2015-2016 high-need education agencies. So for the grant that I wrote, I'm going to be focusing on the county that's highlighted in yellow but circled in red, Fulton County. So the goal of this newly proposed project is to promote effective technology integration for the teaching of writing with secondary teachers from the Fulton County School District. COPSHA's 2010 phases of technology integration will be used in order to organize the design of the course. Those phases are initial setup, teacher preparation, curriculum reform, and community of practice. And after the professional development, it is expected that teachers will be skilled with technology integration strategies and pedagogy as they relate to the teaching of writing, and they will become technology leaders in their schools. Fulton County schools have the opportunity to continue to rise above demographically similar districts across the state through targeted professional development that focuses on strategies and pedagogy for writing instruction with technology. Writing and language are a major component of the Georgia Milestone exams. During their exams, students are responsible for writing constructed response, narrative, argumentative/opinion, and informative writing pieces. According to the 2014-2015 Georgia Milestone results, which are presented here, less than half of all Fulton County School District students tested were labeled proficient and above learners on English language arts subject areas. So I've highlighted that, or I've circled that here in red. So according to the Georgia Milestones handbook or guidebook, proficient learners demonstrate proficiency in the knowledge and skills necessary at this grade or course level of learning as specified in the Georgia Content Standards. The students are prepared for the next grade level or course and are on track for college and career readiness. So basically that's saying that less than 50% of the students in all grades tested, which are 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and then traditionally American Lit is taught on 11th, but you can have kind of a mix of students in the 9th and the 11th and the American classes. But less than half of those students are ready for the next grade level or course, and less than half of them are college and career ready, which is part of the reason that they're on the high needs LEA map. So with intentional focus on writing strategies and pedagogy, Fulton County secondary teachers can assist students in becoming proficient learners who are prepared for the next grade in college and career ready in the area of English language arts. Specifically, one of the reasons I'm focusing on writing is because writing is such a large component of these milestone exams now. It used to be all multiple choice oriented, and now there's a lot of writing, which is why we're seeing this, lack of proficiency. So there are 3 requirements of participants, and that is they must be 18 years of age or older. They must be secondary English language arts teachers, English language arts instructional coaches, or administrators overseeing an English language arts department. They also must be employed by the Fulton County School District for the 2017-2018 school year. So while there's a whole map of course objectives that I'll get to in just a minute, these are the objectives for the participants by the time they finish the course. So the participants will redesign their existing writing curriculum in order to incorporate technology and will be expected to reflect upon their process. By the end of the course, 80% of the participants will demonstrate increased content knowledge of technology integration for writing instruction as measured by comparing outcomes on a pre and post assessment. And the participants will become technology integration leaders within their schools. So this is the course map, and I'm going to go through this in a little bit more detail, but I wanted to show it to you all together so you could kind of get the big picture of what's going on. The major objective is up at the top in blue, and then the course is split up into really 3 parts. One is a summer workshop, which are phase 1 and phase 2. Then in the fall there will be some follow-up sessions, and then in the spring is phase 4, and it's really focusing on community practice, getting people together, talking to them in interviews and focus groups, and of course post-assessment. So for the course, the summer workshop will consist of phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 is really, the way that I'm looking at this is a way to try to eliminate some of those first order barriers for teachers, and also really connect with them. They don't know me. My intent is that I will have some Fulton County teachers that I know, hopefully attending it, but at the same time these people don't know me, and I think that in itself is a barrier in general when you are doing professional development with teachers. I can vividly remember people that I've never met coming in and doing this professional development, and not really paying attention because I knew that they weren't going to be back. So really focusing on developing those relationships and clearing out any hesitancy that people might have with technology. But in that phase 1, we'll really kind of focus on what teachers are already doing with the teaching of writing, link them to the standards, and then they'll kind of focus on something that they want to they will focus on a specific category of writing that they want to focus on during the summer workshop, whether it's that argumentative, informative, or narrative piece. Phase 2 will really get them working with technology, and remember, this is just the summer workshop, so they'll be linking the writing standards to technology and different tools, and exploring those tools and playing with those tools, and then eventually they will be developing a lesson that uses those tools that they could then go ahead and use in their classrooms when school starts back up again in the fall. The plan of operation, this is again the fall sessions, and this is really focusing on curricular reform. I decided that it would be a good idea to organize the course into different phases of the writing process instead of the different categories being informative, argumentative, or narrative. I decided to do this because each of the categories of writing as listed in the Common Core Georgia Performance Standards, they all will undergo the same or a similar process of actual writing, whereas different components of writing are different in each of those types of writing. So there's going to be a pre-writing session, and each of these are different sessions. So there's going to be a pre-writing, a revising, editing, publishing, and an assessment design. Basically, what's going to happen with this is it's going to be very product-oriented. So participants are focusing on these different phases of writing, but they will be building something for that phase of writing that uses technology. So by the end, when they're writing their rubric and their assignment instructions, they have all of these materials to use with students during each phase of writing. So they'll have, maybe they'll have an example and instructions for students on how to do pre-writing in Google Drawing. Maybe they do a brainstorming or something like that. If you notice, I intentionally left out the drafting or writing phase, and I did that because, you know, teachers already know how to do that with technology, and I don't think that that really adds anything to their technology integration skills, drafting or writing on a computer. So I'll talk about that with them, but I specifically left that phase out because it seems a little unnecessary and repetitive to do. Finally, the community of practice phase. This is going to be in the spring of 2018. It's going to really focus on, figuring out how comfortable these teachers are with technology, and encouraging them and helping them find places to share their technology integration practices so they can become community leaders or technology integration leaders at their schools. So the evaluation phase is something that I'm really going to need to work on with an external evaluator. So I wasn't able to do as much of this as I wanted to, but this component, according to the grant proposal, must be created in consultation with an external evaluator who is not a direct participant in any of these activities. So I'll have to work on that a little bit more this upcoming fall. But components will be the pre and post assessments, and it'll also be a pre and post survey that's provided by the Teacher Quality Office. So that's something that they issue to the participants of my course. So that's pretty much my grant proposal. I'd appreciate any feedback that you guys have as I work to finalize this, create a budget, and do all of the odds and ends that I need to do to finish this grant proposal. So any feedback or advice that you have, I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much.